everybody again. It's 2 o'clock on the dot. Want to make sure everybody have an opportunity to log in, and just want to welcome our live viewers on YouTube as we're logging in there. Want to make sure everybody. Why don't we go ahead and see? Okay, so people are still trickling in. We'll be starting in a moment here. Always a little technical difficulties, but I think I'm working through that. Sometimes YouTube doesn't cooperate when you're trying to synchronize it. I think we are okay. We should be live right now. Alex, just to make sure that you hear me well and you see my screen. Okay, great.
Yes, I do.
Okay, great.
Welcome,
so
everybody.
Yes, welcome everyone. So I'm gonna briefly, don't want to stand between you and the live demo. So what I'm gonna try to do is briefly go through our previous sessions. So kind of put everything into the right context. We did have a few prior to this one, and just want to give you guys a real fast recap of those sessions, and then kind of give you a sneak peek of what's going to be coming next, and then we'll get into our live demo session. So we started our series talking about the concept of project online and what are some of the options as we are kind of looking at that. And so in today's webinar, I'm going to go through the Microsoft project timeline, the summary of the part one, what we covered in the part one of this series, today's agenda, what are we going to talk about, or actually what Alex is going to show you in his live demo, and then briefly tell you about the upcoming webinars and the kind of features that we're going to be discussing there. So again, brief history of Project Online. 2013, it was first released. Then 2019, another major release was the project for the web. And this is somewhat of a controversial question, right? Announcement of Project Online retirement. As you can see, there are question marks. Even though if you go on Microsoft website, it does say there's a sunset with no date, and do plan for the alternative tools, which again, some of them are Microsoft tools. There's many other tools, and we're going to be focusing on a Microsoft Power Platform tool specifically today. Again, another milestone, 2026, end of service for SharePoint workflows. And again, just want to make sure that we're clear on that. There is no end of service date for Project Online. It's being patched, it's being managed, specifically by partners like us. So there is no end of service, but looking at your roadmap and planning, you should definitely plan for the future and look at the alternatives. So Power PPM is one of the alternative tools that we have and have been working with for quite a while, deploying it to our enterprise clients. It is based on Microsoft Power Platform and Dataverse. As you could see on the right, I'm not going to go through them all on this slide, but it's very, very featureful. It's very mobile friendly, tablet friendly, secure platform. And of course, it integrates with all the Microsoft tools, specifically Microsoft Teams, and lives within the Microsoft ecosystem. So that's kind of our focus of these webinars. Now, what do we cover in part one? So we extensively demoed the UI of the project summary page, and obviously with all the statuses and traffic light, all the KPIs that are available. The other feature that we got into was the Gantt charts and scheduling. We also talked about Kanban views, very flexible, fully configurable. We also spoke about the stakeholder management. Again, another feature that fully integrates with your Azure Active Directory, pulls in all the stakeholders, and whatever, again, can't stress enough, whatever you see on the screens are highly customizable because it is running on the Microsoft Power Platform. We spoke about risk and issues and demonstrated another very flexible and configurable tool that's a part of the Power PPM. We looked at the Power Matrix, the sort of the magic quadrant, and again, we only showed it in a 2x2 format, but it could be fully configured to be 3x3, 4x12. Again, I'm kind of flying through these because this is the material that was already covered, and it is available on YouTube as a replay. I'm going to post a link in chat for the whole playlist where you can look at part one, the initial webinar that we had, and today's webinar, all going to be a part of the playlist. We also look at the status reporting where you can control, fully the status of the project. Again, this was already covered in part one. Governance, where you have your gated process with notifications that all can be set up and configured by the user. Templates, we, I believe, demonstrated not only out-of-the-box templates, custom templates, and also AI-assisted templates. Again, all that was done as a part of our part one. Embedded dashboards. So there are many, many reports. Some of them are embedded right into the tool. And of course, hundreds of Power BI reports that are available to you. So again, your investment in current infrastructure, your Power BI reports is never lost when you're migrating to tools like these. And what are we going to cover in today's session? So in today's session, I would say it's a little bit more of an advanced session. We're going to get into the roadmaps a bit more. Of course, how to create them, how to create milestones. Then we're going to talk a little bit about how you can share those roadmaps that you're creating. OKRs, OKRs is objectives and key results. And not only you can create them, but also you can report on your results. Scenario planning, we touched on this a little bit in the previous part, but this is sort of what if type of planning. And we're going to look at timesheets today. So that's another component. And again, it's hard to predict how much time it would take. So if we're going to run out of time, we can always move some pieces into the next webinar. Again, hopefully we'll get to collaboration. It's a big part of this platform because not only you can collaborate on the documents, right, that are all within the tool, but you also, by running the tool within the Microsoft Teams environment, as you could see, all the apps are embedded, Power PPM, Time, where you can track your time, and also Team Planner, which is a resource planning app. Okay, we're definitely not going to get into the resource planning during today's sessions, but when we look at what's next, and again, it's probably going to take us a few more webinars to get through this. We're going to get quite a bit deeper into the what-if analysis in the future webinars, especially on the financial side. change impact assessments. That's another more of advanced feature. Resource management with heat maps. Again, we have a very robust resource management tool, and we're probably going to have just a standalone session on resource management alone. And this is, again, something that I would say require at least one session, maybe more. Epics based on scaled agile methodology. Again, we're going to get into that in the future webinars. Kanbans, we looked at Kanbans, but there are also more advanced features of Kanbans, portfolio side of the Kanbans, more advanced scheduling with dependencies. We touched on it, but there's a lot more to talk about. Again, we'll get into it in the future webinars. And the integration, the lots of integration with your Azure DevOps environment, with Jira, and with many other tools. So we'll get into the integration capabilities of Power PPM. This is financials, Power Financials. Again, at least one session on that, because there's quite a bit to go over there. There's many features to Power Financials. And the last but not the least, the Azure AI Copilot is built into the tool, and it's really there for you to assist you almost on every screen within Power BPM. Again, it's an advanced feature, evolving very quickly. So as we speak from the initial webinar to this one, there are already improvements. So we plan to spend some time in the future in this one also. So as promised, I'm not going to stand in the way of the live demo, and I would like to hand it over to Alex. Please, just a quick mention. Any questions, please put them in Q&A or chat. We'll address them as they come up or at the end. And I will post all the links. They're available on YouTube for replay. And on for those of you that are watching us on YouTube, the link for the playlist will be posted in the description. Thank you, and here's Alex.
All right, thanks, Yuri. Again, thanks everybody for stopping by, either live or on YouTube. Again, we really appreciate your time. Feel free to post, ask any questions, whether in the comments or in the Q&A section here. So this is kind of part two out of two. So we already had gone through the first one, which was the introduction to initiatives, programs, and portfolios. So we're gonna try to kind of zip through the part two, which is going to be focusing more on the bottom part here, which is the roadmaps, OKRs. We're going to look at the product management aspects, and we're going to look at timesheets, okay, and obviously time for teams. So just to quickly recap, so this is our homepage, and where the welcome page is, and everybody's welcome to kind of go through either section they need to go to during the day. Initiatives, aka projects, right? So this is where basically we see all the projects here, and then we can dive into some of these projects. Obviously, some of these projects are rolled up into programs. Some of them are rolled up into portfolios. So there is a little bit of a simulation, and maybe we can quickly start with the simulation just to kind of refresh. And we have our simulation where we're sort of planning the exercise of getting more. I'm going to add more data here. I want to see more information. So let's just say if we are simulating some of the 2024 scenarios where we're kind of including some projects, and see some of these are spilling over to the 2025, some even 2026. Some are finishing up in 2024. So that's the financial window. And if we are looking and trying to run this from the financial perspective, we can quickly get and say, you know, okay, if we move this project away, you know, now we're basically reducing the budget that we're playing with to a certain degree, right? So we can quickly get to this numbers yeah, really quickly. So I have a few there where I can actually also move it up, say, you know what, let's finish this piece, later next year, and maybe let's finish this piece and start this project later. So this is how we can play with the numbers. So we have all kinds of ways to configure this and customize this and include additional fields, make this really flexible and configure it in a way that you would use your own planning cycles. So that's just a simulation. And we're gonna jump into the roadmaps here. So the roadmaps, this is basically a kind of a different roadmaps that we have in place. Let me just pull pull the other one here. This is where we can kind of see in one place all sorts of timelines and basically everything here as far as projects, portfolios, programs. And you can see that we can like pick a specific portfolio and look at a specific portfolio of projects. So let's pick up something else where we have, more projects. So we can really dial down to a specific program portfolio, certain filters or certain products even. We're going to talk about products and epics in a second. And you can even do your epics prioritization kind of here and see where things are going on the timeline. Very powerful. You can have this looked at either a yearly, quarterly, monthly, or weekly, or even daily. I mean, the daily probably overkill for the most of the circumstances, but weekly or monthly or yearly may make more sense. So you have a lot of flexibility here. As far as roadmaps, we're also looking at the strategy, looking at the all kinds of different roadmaps. So this was the roadmap from the PPM, from the product like initiatives roadmap perspective. But here we have an option to look at the same kind of the same execution of strategy kind of roadmap, right? When we're talking about the OKRs, organizational key results, and mapping this to projects and portfolios, we don't just want to associate it with the project and portfolios. We want to see where and how are we going to actually execute on achieving those results. And this is the way for you to kind of look at this from this perspective and look at the organizational key results and look at where they're going to be achieved. So basically, under each of these results, we have underlying projects and stuff like that. So there's another. This is another way to kind of look at the key results, and we're gonna take a look at how can we actually create those. Another roadmap that is separately we're dedicating separately is for the product roadmaps. This is where you can set up your waves and set up your you can see some of these elements are coming from Azure DevOps, and you can basically link those objects to these roadmaps and kind of get that picture of where things are on the timeline as far as product. All right. As far as how do we actually get this data in? There's a lot of nuances here that you may want to use. So you may want to keep it simple. It's really up to you, up to the organization. So this is where we have the OKR, the objectives themselves. We have in this case certain metadata that we're collecting. We're collecting the name, description, and again, a lot of this can be customized and tuned up to a certain equation that you'd like to set up in terms of, what the objectives, what's the average realization percentages. This one is particularly getting calculated. some of the characteristics that are specific to your specific objectives, right? And then from how do we get to those objectives? Those are associated key results that we have a separate table for. If I get to actually, I'm going to get to those key results, and if we look at these different key results, I can dwell into some of them. You can see more information about that. This specific key result that was set up here. Again, we have all kinds of metadata. This is probably maybe too much, maybe not. I'd like to keep things simple, especially when we start, but this is kind of showing you the level of depth that we can go through in order to set up those key results. And you can see which initiatives are actually contributing to that key result. So this is how it's linking basically the execution of initiatives, aka projects, all the way up to through key results, through objectives, basically to overarching strategy execution of the company. So this is pretty cool setup here, where we can even go through some governance of this key results and have powers that be to have a tune up to be done for some of these key results and go through some steps in order to really dial into specifics and tune up this key result so it reflects more and more realistic results for that you're trying to achieve. All right, and as far as roadmaps, there's we're gonna look into the business drivers too. Let's just so this is something that different categories that we have as far as business drivers. Let me zip through this to the next topic here, which is product development. I'd like to spend a little bit time here and timesheets, and if we had time for Q&A, we can go back and talk about OKRs again. So products, a lot of companies are managing their initiatives, their projects from the product perspective versus project perspective. So especially for those who are developing certain products for the customers, and this is kind of ongoing development, ongoing enhancement of the same products. So you can have your portfolio of products, and then in this case, we can just look at let's just look at this product as an example. And this product would, again, have its own characteristics, its own calculations. So it basically tells us it has like 11 different epics, and certain epics completed, active features and stuff like that. So we can manage epics that are related to this product. I'm sorry. And then you can see how quickly we can get things in and out, and then maybe say, okay, well, this is something that is gonna have to go into the implementation, so we can quickly manage this stuff here on this chart. If I were to create a new epic, I can create the whole epic and description and acceptance criteria. So we have a lot of this done as far as to be able to capture the details. And again, all of this is customizable. I should say even all of this is configurable. Okay. So you can also collect your features. So this is where you can have a new feature. You coming up, you put a new feature, and then the feature is in, and then becomes part of either epic or just features hanging there before it gets into the implementation. You can get to see like what kind of roadmaps you got associated with this product, and see epics and whatnot, and how it is showing up on the timeline. So kind of give you a clean, nice way of looking at all these different epics and how and when they are happening in a timeline. And this is some of the dependencies. This is where we can set up the dependencies uh, between different products or between different epics. So let's just say you have some infrastructure, for example, epic that would contribute to two different products. So delivery of that infrastructure may be driving certain, or more than one product. So this is the way we can set up some of these activities that are cross product kind of related. That is a very, very powerful section here for the product management. This is where you can actually look at all the epics across products. So you see this product references, and these are all the epics. So you can get kind of overarching, kind of global list of these epics, and again, overarching global list of features. So it has different angles. You can look at it. You can look at it from overall organizational features, and then decide this feature needs to be part of this product, or product oriented, right? You can look at the product first and then, associate those features, epics to those products. Very, very powerful. I think this is quite a bit of a breakthrough, assuming that we can all link these things from Azure DevOps, or as a matter of fact, we can technically link this from Jira. We can link this from any other agile tool, or not even agile tool, just as far as features and features for the product. That's very much a part of this framework. So timesheets, and if you look at the timesheets, this is basically a full governance, full-fledged, implementation of the timesheets, and you have all kinds of time you can capture. Like if you're into timesheets, if you need to keep time, especially maybe if you're a consulting firm or professional services firm, or you just need to keep time. And then you can account for vacations, and again, all these categories are configurable, and you have maybe training time, and it lands you right there, on today's date. Today's Thursday, right? And you can put your hours. Say you assign, you spend 4 hours here. You can and say, well, maybe I'm gonna say not on vacation. Let's just say training. I have like 1 hour, and this is a webinar, right? So I can make a comment, right there and then, right? And I can keep this comment, and it's going to save, and I can always have a comment for a specific line item here. And once I'm done, I can submit my timesheet. The right people will be able to approve my timesheet, and I can go on time and go back to my previous time. Maybe I forgot to set the time for Tuesday here and there. So very, very flexible, very, very convenient. I should say, I think it's pretty modern, and the way it looks. The best part of it is that I can do the same. Here's the time. If we're looking at time for Teams, let me just flip through that screen quickly. We just said I'm gonna use this web app instead. And like if I were to use like a basic Teams client, I would open it in Teams, but just for the purpose of the webinar, I'm just gonna open this in the browser. But this is my Teams, right? This is my Teams where I have my chat, and I have my my Teams here. So this is my general Teams, and here I have time for Teams, right? So I can basically during the day chat to my Teams, go through my meetings, and here it is. This is the 1 hour that just put for the webinar, right? Very, very simple. If I am the one who needs to approve stuff, then I would be able to go and approve my timesheets. I can look at my That's my time kind of giving me a report, maybe how much time I submitted, some kind of dashboards you can get from it. So there's very, very advanced features that we can look at here. So as far as there you go. So here's my my dashboard. As far as the rest of it, I should probably also show you that the same thing that I was demoing as for Power PPM, I can do exactly the same. See, exactly the same interface. And I don't have to leave Teams. I can stay within Teams and go through my OKRs. I can go and look at my initiatives, programs, portfolios. I can do everything what I need to do without leaving Teams. So that's kind of nice and neat way to make everything, like the Microsoft platform, Power Platform. We can make sure everything is baked into our collaborative tools, and this is where we are. As far as collaborative tools, I just want to mention that there is also a good integration with the data with the document storage. In this case, it's OneDrive, but a OneDrive that is linked to SharePoint. I mean, this is maybe too much information anyway on the back end. It's all OneDrive right now, and there it goes, live demo. Let me go and open another project here. This project. There we go. So as far as documents, basically what we have here is that, yeah, I need to verify and sign in again. So basically, this is where we would be able to get. Maybe I should do this. Sorry about that. Just get it to here. And I'm going to get to documents. While I'm getting to documents, Yuri, are there any questions, concerns?
Yeah, actually, we do have a couple of questions in chat. I don't know if you see them, I can read them out. One on roadmaps, can we color code Gantt bars? And can we have progress info on this view?
Yes, the answer is yes. Some reason I think my internet is lagging a little bit here. Or my demo environment is lagging. Yeah, we can use actually different colors on the roadmap. Let me try to show you some of that. Just try to do this again. Documents. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna. Let me just recap what I was going to show about documents. So here's the on the linked SharePoint side, basically, which is automatically created, right? You don't need to worry about that, but you get the full OneDrive backed up document repository. Like if you want to go and and look at it in SharePoint, you can always go and look at it in SharePoint, as well as basically sync it with your OneDrive, right? And then it would just become your drive on your laptop, right? And then you just manage those files there that are automatically backed up. And anyone who needs to come and check the document that is part of this project, they can always come and see it here. You don't have to like send it, send an email, share it, things like that. They are shared here as part of this project. Yeah, as far as the roadmaps, yeah, the roadmaps, you can color code this differently. You can Yeah, I think this was mine. And, yeah, you can. I don't have a sample here to demo it to you, but essentially, yeah. See, some of them are different colors. So there it is. And you can, yeah, you can set them, in different color. You can make them look a little different. So there's just some level of flexibility. You can create a roadmap. Um, any other
There's one
question?
more, yeah, one more question. Has to do with Gantt charts. Can staff members see their personal Gantt chart with assignments across multiple projects they're assigned to?
All right. Yeah. So that would be like my assignments. If I am assigned a project, as a matter of fact, I have some of those are assigned. So let me kind of go there, and this is this project. Let me just go and assign a couple more tasks to myself. So here I would go and say assign someone else, someone uh, logged in as uh, logged in as this right now. So and I'm gonna assign some hours, and if I go back where it was, to see now I have this stuff assigned. So I can even like if I come in every day and I'm assigned my book of work for today, I know that this is in progress. Say I have completed this, and I completed this automatically gets into my bucket of completed work, but I can even say this is completed or not completed, and this will become a completed record on my schedule here. To go back and take a look at that task here, and that would be a completed task.
Okay, no more questions at this time.
All right. So yeah, thanks again. There's probably worth mentioning that those my assignments, my ideas, so like everything that I am assigned to. Let's say I create an idea, or I raised certain risks are assigned to me. I can kind of go to this collaboration space, reporting my work that I'm assigned to, fill out my timesheets, and work on my ideas and risks. So that's kind of the collaboration piece that was missing. But anyway, as you mentioned, there's a lot of sections that we will be doing a deeper dive into, more deeper simulations, more deeper look into the roadmaps. We'll create a roadmap, and then we will kind of combine it. You'll see how the roadmaps can be sliced and diced, and more sessions to come up. Again, thanks everybody for stopping by, and we appreciate your time, and hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. One thing I do want to encourage is, I mean, as you could see, this tool is very vast and feature full. So even though we will have dedicated sessions where we will be, diving deeper and deeper into each section, but we do encourage for those of you who really want to understand the power of the tool, it makes a lot of sense to take your specific use case where we can actually pre-configure a demo with information that is more relevant to you and do sort of a one-on-one session. And then beyond that, we can also leave you with a 30-day free trial account where you can play around in the sandbox environment and really sort of test out the tool. Is like I said, these demos sometimes I feel don't really do the justice to all the capabilities of this environment. So please rewatch the YouTube links that I shared, and certainly reach out if you would like to do something one-on-one.
All right. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day.